TSB Talk Sport Business on Talk 100.3, and if you listen carefully, you can still hear Pakistan cricket fans rejoicing this morning in the streets of Dubai.
Oh, you bet. From last night, everywhere in Dubai, you could hear Pakistan Zindabad, literally everywhere. And rightly so. What a phenomenal game we experienced last night.
Yeah, right down to the final over. We've got the complete wrap this afternoon on Talk Sport Business.
TSB, Talk Sport and Business. Talk 100.3.
Well, we knew leading into this year's Asian Cricket Championships that, well, there was a possibility that India could play Pakistan 3 times in the short tournament, but it was an extraordinary result last night, with again coming down to just the final over.
Well, yes, last over, 7 runs to defend, and Pakistan definitely coming on top of it. It was really, really amazing to see a fantastic game of cricket yet again. India and Pakistan, for me, in this series, are probably the two most well-balanced side. Yes, they're missing out on some big names, but then they're missing out on them equally, right? Shaheen Shafridi not there for Pakistan, Bumrah not there for India. It just kind of strikes itself out and says, listen, this is what you have. Two well-balanced sides fighting against each other. Yeah,
so as we go down to the official scores, it was Pakistan that won by 5 wickets. It was Super 4 match number 2 at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. It was India 181 for 7 off their 20 overs, and then Pakistan were 182 for 5, ending out winners. But for Virat Kohli, who made 60 off 44, very much a return to form. I saw Neil on social media today. There was the quote, "A lot of people have my phone number. Many gave suggestions on television. They had their say, but whoever else has my number, I didn't get a message from them."
This is what it is. That's what it is. Where when you are popular, when you are on the rise, everyone tries to reach out. Everyone tries to message you, wants to be friends, will start following you on Instagram, will look for your connection on LinkedIn, and that happens to normal mortals like you and I as well. Yeah, so I can totally understand where he's coming from.
But also I think that he's an elusive figure. I mean, he was at one point Time Magazine's one of the most influential people on the planet.
That's right.
So I think that people probably feel like if they're asked their opinion on television, they'll give it. But they probably think that, I'm not close enough to him to actually pick up the phone and say, hey, here's what you're doing wrong.
But then again, look at it, when he mentioned that when he gave up Test captaincy, it was only Mahendra Singh Dhoni who called him, no one else.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, MSD and Virat have been close, we know that. But at the same time, he's been with so many people who have been so-called close friends or whatever, in the team, outside of the team, in all these playing years. You're right. Maybe someone might get intimidated thinking that, oh, you know what, he's going through a bad time. Let me just call him.
Well, the winning captain was Babar Azam. Here's what he had to say at the end of yesterday's match.
अल्लाह का शुक्र है और जिस तरह कोशिश यही की जाती है कि सिंपल रहे चीज़ों को सिंपल रखें अप एंड डाउन्स तो चलते रहते हैं लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से जिस तरह टीम ने आज एफर्ट की है वो आउटस्टैंडिंग थी और जिस तरह पूरा क्रेडिट टीम को जाता है नहीं मेरे ख्याल से जिस तरह पावर प्ले जिस तरह उन्होंने यूटिलाइज़ किया वो थोड़ा सा एज मिला उनको लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से जैसे बॉलर्स ने कम बैक किया और स्टिक किया 180 में और उसके बाद जब हमारी पार्टनरशिप लगी मेरी और रिजवान की इतनी पार्टनरशिप नहीं लेकिन जो रिजवान और नवाज़ की पार्टनरशिप थी वो आउटस्टैंडिंग थी वो यही था वो मेरे ख्याल से वो टर्निंग पॉइंट था हमारे लिए जिस तरह नवाज़ ने बैटिंग की वो आउटस्टैंडिंग रहा हमारे लिए बिल्कुल मेरे कोशिश ये होती है सिचुएशन के हिसाब से जो माइंड में चीज़ आती है उसी को अप्लाई करता हूँ और मुझे लग रहा था कि नवाज़ यहाँ पे क्रूशल कर सकता है क्योंकि उनके पास दोनों लेग स्पिनर्स थे तो उस हिसाब से वो प्लानिंग किया था और उसको वहाँ पे भेजा था बिल्कुल जिस तरह हमारे स्पिनर्स ने काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग की है शादाब ने स्पेशली और उसके बाद नवाज़ ने वो आउटस्टैंडिंग रहा था और जिस तरह फास्ट बॉलर ने फिनिश किया वो काफ़ी अच्छा था
Also, here was Mohammad Rizwan. He was the highest scorer, 71 runs off 51 balls, speaking after the match.
ये मैच ना तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान एशिया में देखा जा रहा है ना इंडिया पाकिस्तान पर पूरी दुनिया में देखा जा रहा है और इस मैच की वैल्यू सबके सामने है कि एक फाइनल की वैल्यू होती है तो इसमें जो जितना कुछ होता है हर प्लेयर के साथ वो कोशिश करते किसी तरह पूरा करने की कोशिश करता है और जहां तक पाँव की बात है तो अभी तो फिलहाल ठीक चल रहा है बारात को पता चलेगा मगर यहाँ अगर पाकिस्तान की डिमांड मुझसे यही है तो इससे बेहतर मेरे लिए क्या होगा हमेशा की तरह मेरे और कप्तान की प्लानिंग यही होती है कि हम नए बॉल से रन्स करते हैं और फिर एक प्लेयर लंबा चला जाता है तो यही है और एक जिस तरह लास्ट मैच में पांड्या ने कहा था कि मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि बिल्कुल इजी रहूं और एक ओवर ढूंढ रहा हूं एंड पे मतलब इजी। मैंने भी कोशिश यही की कि एंड तक देखता रहे, क्योंकि 180 ऑब्वियसली बड़ा टारगेट है बोर्ड पे लगने ऐसे मैच में। तो कोशिश है कि यहाँ जहाँ पे ये गलतियां करेंगे उसका फायदा लेना है, तो कोशिश करते रहे, अल्लाह पाक ने उसमें कामयाबी दे दी। नहीं जी, ऐसे कोई नहीं है, क्योंकि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमें अपनी स्ट्रेंथ का पता है कि जो हमारी डेथ जो बैट्समैन है, जो पावर हिटर है, उनके लिए अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह के फजल 4 में 40, 4 में 45 हम ये प्लान करके आते हैं कि हमारे बैट्समैन जो है एंड में पावर हिटर 4 में 45, 48 उनके लिए इंशाल्लाह इजी है। तो इसीलिए इतना कुछ खास पैनिक नहीं थे, मगर ऑब्वियसली सबके सामने के बड़ा मैच है, तो जहन में चीजें चल रही थी कि यार कुछ चीजें हमारी लक अल्लाह की तरफ से आ जाए।
Yeah, so no wonder he was excited after the match. Mohammad Rizwan discussing a great win for Pakistan over India. So what's the situation now Neil? If India do want to make the final, they've obviously got to beat Sri Lanka. What's the situation to get through? Sorry, mate. Yeah.
So if India has to make it through, they not just have to beat Sri Lanka, but also they will have to beat Afghanistan, because see what has happened is in Super 4 there are 4 teams. Mm-hmm. Okay, 2 will qualify. Afghanistan has already won. Beg your pardon. Sri Lanka has already won a game. Pakistan has won a game. India and Afghanistan, they are on the bottom of the table. So an opportunity here for India to actually make it into the Super 4, into the finals, will be if they beat Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. Because if they just beat, say, Sri Lanka, and if it goes into the net run rate structure and all of that, you don't want to get stuck in that rumble. You'd rather go out, beat Sri Lanka, beat Afghanistan, get into the finals.
It's going to be an interesting one for India. And after the match, Rohit Sharma gave his thoughts after his side lost.
Yeah, no, obviously it's a high pressure game. We know that, and you got to be at it, every time. You can't let anything slip away. So obviously a game like that can take a lot. But honestly, we were quite calm, to be honest, at the back end as well. Even in the middle, when there was a partnership between the two batters, Rizwan and Mohammad Nawaz, I think we were quite calm. We just felt, we need a wicket here, and things can change quickly. But that partnership obviously went a little long, and they batted brilliantly. Games like this can, bring the best out of them if they deliver. Obviously, there will be times where they will be challenged and things will not go the way they want to. But these are the games that can, make them. So I feel there is full potential in those guys. They've done it in the past wherever they've played. So it's just about handling that pressure situation pretty well. Obviously, there is a class in the opposition team as well, which we were challenged with today. I mean, we were not surprised with that. Obviously, the kind of cricket they've been playing for a while now. We knew that we were in a chase. We had to bowl really well to defend that score. And we do understand, the pitch gets slightly better to bat in the second innings. But obviously, I'm pretty happy with how things went towards the end as well. We fought really hard. But yeah, it's a good learning for us. Games like this will get us to learn a lot of things. What we can do in certain situations, how we can attack, what are the right balls to choose to certain batters. The dimension of the ground, which is very, very important. One side is very big, one side is short. So what are the plans? I think those are the things, that, these guys can take away from this game. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with what happened today. Tough to say that. I thought it was a good score. Anything on any pitch, on any conditions, you get 180, it's a good score. Obviously, when you don't take wickets in the middle, it's always going to be tough. Because we do understand they bat pretty deep as well. But yeah, games like this, like I said, we got to learn a lot today. What sort of mindset we need to have when we are defending a score like that. And clearly in T20, no scores are comfortable. You want to get as much as possible. But towards the first half of our innings, I was pretty happy with the score we got. Again, like I said, you got to give credit to Pakistan. They played obviously better than us to get the result in their favour. I think the form is brilliant. There is no doubt about that. He batted sensibly in the middle. We needed somebody to bat long when the others were getting out in front of him. Obviously, he batted with that tempo as well. It was important to continue to keep doing what we want to do as a group, and I thought every batter, and especially Virat, getting that score, staying till the end, was also crucial from the team's point of view to get that score. Because we lost wickets in the middle. The two crucial wickets of Hardik and Rishabh actually was not needed at that point. But we want to come out with a very open mindset, play openly, So things like this can happen. We are ready to accept these kind of things. Moving forward, I think that is the kind of approach we want to take. And of course, and I've said it many a times, while taking that approach, you will not always have success. But we are, as a team, we are very much okay with that.
Yeah, so Rohit Sharma there, and no doubt discussing that text message you got from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But yeah, where to for India? What do they need to do leading into tomorrow night's match against Sri Lanka?
No, nothing. I mean, see, India's got a side which is a very solid side. India-Pakistan always a pressure game, but then I don't think they need to worry. Sri Lanka is a good side. The way they beat Afghanistan was really, really amazing in the first game of the Super Force. But I personally feel that India definitely has the upper edge against Sri Lanka and definitely against Afghanistan. They might be good games. But I think, India just has to have a positive mindset. That's it.
Yeah, well, if you were at the game last night, what did you think? Where did India go wrong? Where did Pakistan go right? You can let us know. We want to hear your thoughts on last night's match. And who was your prediction to win? Is it still India? Is it Pakistan? Or could it be Sri Lanka, given they're already one game ahead of the other teams? Let us know. 058 686